Stop right there. Do you feel like you are working hard every day, but still feel stuck in the same place? Do you have big dreams, but you don't know where to begin? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak Smart. If your answer is yes, this video can absolutely change your life. Today, we are diving into one of the most powerful books in the world, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Look, we all want to speak English well, get healthier, or achieve our goals. But often, we try to take huge steps all at once, and then we fail. What is the biggest secret of Atomic Habits? It's not about making big changes. It is about the small, tiny things, the atomic parts you do every single day, and how those small actions lead to massive results over time. Are you ready for this simple roadmap to success? Then please hit the like button and let's dive in. Part 1. Why Tiny Habits Win. Did you know that changing your path by just 1 degree can change your entire destination? Imagine a plane flying from New York to Los Angeles. If the pilot changes the plane's course by just 1 degree, you won't notice the difference at first. But by the time the plane reaches the other side of the country, it will land in a completely different city. This is the amazing power of Atomic Habits. The most important lesson in the book is this: you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. What does that mean? Your goal might be, I want to speak English fluently. That's a great goal. But if your daily system is weak, maybe you only practice for 5 minutes, you will move forward very slowly. If you have a strong system, practicing for 30 minutes every day, learning new words, you will automatically reach your goal. The magic of compound effect. This is the most magical idea. If you improve by just 1% every day, by the end of 1 year, you will be 37 times better. Think about it. For English learning, if you learn just 1 new English word a day, in 1 year, you will know 365 words. For health, if you walk for only 5 minutes every day, in 1 year, you will have walked a huge distance. At first, these changes feel too small to matter, but over time, they compound into extraordinary results. Change your identity, not just your goal. The deepest idea in Atomic Habits is that to change your habits, you must change your identity, who you see yourself as. James Clear says, every action you take is a vote for the person you wish to become. Instead of thinking, I want to lose weight, start thinking, I am a healthy person. When you truly believe, I am a person who practices English every day, it becomes much easier to sit down and practice. You are just proving your identity to yourself with every action. Part 2. The Habit Loop. How habits work. Did you know that every habit, whether good or bad, works in only 4 simple steps? If you can control these steps, you can control your life. James Clear explains that every habit follows a simple pattern called the habit loop. The 4 stages are cue, craving, response, and reward. First, there is the cue. The cue is what grabs your attention. It is the starting point of every habit. For example, you feel your phone vibrate, or you smell fresh coffee. Next is the craving. After the cue, your brain creates a strong desire. You crave to know who messaged you, or you crave the feeling of energy from the coffee. Remember, you don't crave the habit itself. You crave the feeling it gives you. Third is the response. The response is the action you take. It is the habit itself, like picking up your phone or pouring a cup of coffee. Finally, there is the reward. This is the satisfaction that tells your brain, that felt good, let's do it again. This reward makes the habit stick, and the loop repeats until the habit becomes automatic. The 4 laws to master habits. Now that you understand the habit loop, James Clear gives us 4 easy rules to build good habits and break bad ones. Building good habits. To build a good habit, you must make it obvious. Put your English book right next to your bed where you cannot miss it. Second, make it attractive. Use habit stacking. Tell yourself, after I drink my coffee, I will listen to one English podcast. Third, make it easy. Start with only 2 minutes of practice. The habit should be so small that you cannot say no. Fourth, make it satisfying. Give yourself a small reward, like ticking a box on a checklist to celebrate your progress. Breaking bad habits. To break a bad habit, you must do the opposite. You must make it invisible. If you want to stop eating junk food, do not buy it in the first place. You must make it unattractive. Remind yourself of the negative effects of the bad habit. You must make it difficult. If you want to watch less TV, unplug the TV and hide the remote. And finally, you must make it unsatisfying to perform the bad habit. Part 3. The power of identity. Did you know that a small mistake does not ruin all your hard work? This idea of identity is crucial. We often think we must be perfect. If we miss one day of English practice, we give up completely. But James Clear says, missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. If you miss practice on Monday, that is okay. It was just an accident. But if you miss again on Tuesday, you are starting a new bad habit of inconsistency. The key is to never miss twice. If you fall down, get back up immediately. One mistake will not change your identity. Consistency is the real victory. Remember, habits are not about being perfect. They are about making consistent progress. Stop. When you want to change, you usually say, I want to learn English, or I want to lose weight. But James Clear says focusing only on goals is a mistake. Why? Because goals are about what you want to achieve, but identity is about who you want to become. Think about this key difference. Your goal is I want to speak fluent English, but your identity should be I am a confident English speaker. When you focus on your identity, your habits become a natural part of who you are, making them much easier to stick to. How to change your identity, step by step. Changing your identity is not magic. It's simply a process. First, you need to decide the person you want to be. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? If you want to be fluent in English, decide to be the kind of person who practices speaking and learning every single day. The second step is to prove it with small wins. Your identity is not something you change overnight. It is something you build through actions. Every single time you act in alignment with your new identity, you strengthen it. When you study one English sentence, you are proving, I am a learner. Each small action is like adding a strong brick to the foundation of your new self. Focus on the system, not the outcome. James Clear teaches that successful people focus on their systems, not just their goals. If your goal is to lose 10 kilograms, that's the outcome. Your system is the daily habit of eating healthy and exercising consistently. When you focus on the system, the outcome will follow naturally. Many people think they need to make big changes to see results, but that is not true. The key to success is mastering those small, consistent habits. For example, learning just 5 new words a day might seem small, but in a year, that's a huge number of new words. Small habits may not give you instant results, but they build momentum. Part 3. Patience and the 2-minute rule. Did you know that for 5 long years, a super fast-growing tree looks like it hasn't grown at all? This powerful lesson from the book is about patience. Imagine a bamboo tree. For the first 5 years, it barely grows above the ground. But in the 6th year, it can suddenly grow over 80 feet. Why? Because during those silent 5 years, It was building incredibly strong roots underground. Your habits are exactly like those roots. Even if you don't see results right away, you must trust the process. The 2-minute rule. Here is one of the most powerful and practical ideas. The 2-minute rule. When you start any new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do it. This rule works because starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, it's much easier to keep going. Want to meditate? Just sit down and take one deep breath. Want to write a journal? Open your notebook and write one sentence. Starting small removes all the pressure and builds consistency easily. Part 4. The secrets to long-lasting habits. This is the most important section because it is not just about starting habits. It is about keeping them alive for a lifetime. We must always remember a truth that will set us free. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep moving forward. There will be days when you fail, days when you skip practice or fall back into old habits. That is okay. What truly matters is what you do next. The never miss twice rule. James Clear calls this the 2-day rule. Never skip a habit 2 days in a row. If you miss 1 day, don't feel guilty. That was an accident. But if you miss 2 days, you risk losing all your momentum and starting a new bad habit. For example, if you forget to review English vocabulary today, make sure you set aside at least 5 minutes the very next day. Success is not about being perfect. It's about showing up even when it's hard. Overcoming setbacks. Let's be real. Life is unpredictable. Setbacks are inevitable, but they don't have to stop you. Here is how to bounce back. First, be kind to yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself for failing. Instead, simply reflect on what went wrong and how you can improve tomorrow. Second, recommit. Remind yourself why you started in the first place. Third, start small again. If you have fallen off track, go back to the smallest version of your habit and restart there. Conclusion. You are the architect. James Clear reminds us that success is not about luck or talent. It is about your habits. This book is a life-changing philosophy. It teaches us that greatness doesn't come from one big moment. It comes from the small, consistent actions we take every single day. You are the architect of your future. The best time to start is right now. Start small, stay consistent, and watch your life transform. Thank you for being a part of this journey.